Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of psychology to uncover some mind-blowing facts that most people don't know. Get ready to have your perception of human behavior and the mind completely transformed. Fact number 1. Let's start with some incredible facts about our brains. Did you know that your brain is constantly working, even when you're not actively thinking? In fact, more than 100,000 chemical reactions take place in your brain every single second. That's right, your brain is like a bustling metropolis, always buzzing with activity. But here's something that might surprise you. Our brains have actually shrunk over time. Believe it or not, our brain size has decreased by 10% since our hunter-gatherer ancestors roamed the earth. Don't worry, though. This doesn't mean we're getting less intelligent. It's likely due to our brains becoming more efficient over time. Now, let's talk about those thoughts racing through your mind. On average, your brain has between 50,000 and 70,000 thoughts per day. That's a lot of mental chatter. But here's the kicker. An estimated 60 to 70% of these thoughts are negative. It's no wonder we sometimes feel overwhelmed. Fact number 2. Our brains are incredibly complex organs, and they shape our perception of the world in ways we might not even realize. For instance, did you know that the color of a medication can influence how effective we think it is? That's right. Research shows that we associate certain colors with particular effects. Red pills are often linked to stimulants, while blue pills are seen as calming. So next time you take a pill, pay attention to its color. It might be influencing your expectations. Speaking of perception, here's a fun fact. You're constantly on the lookout for human faces, even in inanimate objects. Ever noticed a face in the clouds or in the pattern of your wallpaper? That's your brain's facial recognition system working overtime. Fact number 3. Now, let's dive into how we make decisions. You might think you're in full control of your choices, but the truth is, a whopping 95% of your actions are influenced by your subconscious mind. That's right. Most of the time, you're not even aware of why you're doing what you're doing. Here's another surprising fact. Having too many choices can actually make us less satisfied with our decisions. This phenomenon is known as the paradox of choice. The paradox of choice is a concept that suggests while having more options might seem like it would make us happier, it often leads to greater anxiety, indecision, and dissatisfaction. Coined by psychologist Barry Schwartz in his book, The Paradox of Choice: Why More is Less, the idea explores how the abundance of choices available in modern life can overwhelm individuals, making decision-making more difficult and less satisfying. So next time you're faced with a menu that's as thick as a novel, don't beat yourself up for feeling overwhelmed. It's a common psychological response. Fact number 4. Humans are inherently social creatures, deeply influenced by our interactions with others. Our social nature shapes not only our relationships but also our psychology and behavior in fascinating ways. For instance, consider the intriguing phenomenon where people are more likely to return a lost wallet if it contains a picture of a child. This simple inclusion can evoke a strong emotional response, tapping into our natural nurturing instincts. The image of a child often triggers feelings of empathy and responsibility, compelling us to act more altruistically. It highlights how deeply rooted our social and emotional connections are, even with strangers. Another compelling example of the social nature of humans is how we can gauge someone's character through their interactions with others, particularly in service situations. For instance, observing how someone treats employees, such as waiters or cashiers, can be quite revealing about their personality. A person who shows respect, patience, and kindness to service staff is likely to possess a considerate and empathetic nature. On the other hand, someone who is dismissive or rude may lack empathy or have a sense of entitlement. This insight is particularly useful in social settings, like a date, where first impressions matter. Paying attention to how your date treats the waiter can provide a glimpse into their true character. Are they polite and understanding, or do they display impatience and disregard? Such behaviors can be telling, offering clues about how they might treat others in different contexts, including future interactions with you. These examples illustrate the profound impact of social interactions on human behavior and psychology. They remind us that our actions, even in seemingly small or routine situations, are deeply interconnected with our social instincts and can reveal much about who we are as individuals. Fact number 5. Our emotions play a crucial role in shaping our experiences and memories. In fact, memory is prioritized by emotion. This means that events tied to strong emotions are more likely to be remembered vividly. It's why you might have crystal clear memories of your first kiss or a particularly scary moment, but struggle to remember what you had for lunch last Tuesday. Speaking of emotions, here's a fact that might surprise you. Romantic desire is biochemically indistinguishable from serious obsessive-compulsive disorder. So if you've ever felt like you're obsessed with your crush, well, you kind of are. Fact number 6. In our modern tech-driven world, our brains are adapting in interesting ways. For instance, have you ever experienced phantom vibration syndrome? That's when you think your phone is vibrating in your pocket, but it's not. It's so common that there's a neurological explanation for it. Here's another tech-related fact. Researchers are considering adding internet addiction to the list of psychiatric illnesses. With our increasing reliance on digital devices, it's becoming a serious concern for mental health professionals. Fact number 7. Let's talk about what happens when we close our eyes at night. Did you know that you dream every single night, even if you don't remember it? And here's something interesting. Negative emotions are more common in dreams than positive ones. So if you're having a bad dream, you're definitely not alone. Here's a mind-bending fact. During the 7 minutes of neural activity before dying, you might see your memories in a dreamlike pattern. It's like your brain is giving you a farewell highlight reel of your life. Fact number 8. Learning new things doesn't just expand your knowledge, it actually changes your brain. When we learn something new, our brain forms new connections between neurons, which increases visible gray matter in the brain. So every time you pick up a new skill or learn a new fact, you're literally growing your brain. Here's an interesting study finding information can last longer in the mind of a person if they're evaluated on it, compared to if they just passively review it. So if you really want to remember something, try testing yourself on it. Fact number 9. Our environment plays a crucial role in shaping our psychology and influencing our behaviors, moods, and even perceptions. The spaces we inhabit can subtly affect our mental state and productivity in ways we might not immediately realize. For example, color psychology reveals that the color of a room can significantly impact our mental and emotional states. Blue, in particular, is known to promote productivity, focus, and a sense of calm. This is why many offices and workspaces incorporate blue hues into their design. The calming effect of blue helps reduce stress and anxiety, creating an environment conducive to concentration and efficient work. So, if you're looking to enhance your productivity, painting your office blue or adding blue elements might be a simple yet effective strategy. Our environment's influence extends beyond color and productivity. It can also affect our sensory experiences in profound ways. One fascinating area of study is how local culture and environment can shape the nature of hallucinatory experiences, such as hearing voices. Research has shown that auditory hallucinations, often associated with conditions like schizophrenia, can vary widely in content depending on cultural and environmental factors. For instance, in some cultures, hallucinatory voices might be perceived as benign or even comforting, while in others, they may be more threatening or distressing. This variation is thought to be influenced by the cultural context and societal beliefs surrounding the experience of hearing voices. In cultures where spiritual or religious interpretations of hearing voices are common, individuals might experience these hallucinations in a more positive light, perceiving them as guidance or communication from higher powers. Conversely, in societies where such experiences are stigmatized or associated with mental illness, the content of the hallucinations may be more negative or fear-inducing. These examples highlight the powerful impact of our environment on our psychological processes. From the colors of the walls around us to the cultural narratives we internalize, our surroundings shape how we think, feel, and perceive the world. Understanding these influences can help us create environments that support our mental well-being and provide insight into the diverse ways people experience reality across different cultures. Fact number 10. For those of you who speak multiple languages, here's something interesting. People who speak 2 languages can unintentionally change their personalities when they switch from one language to another. It's like you become a slightly different version of yourself. And here's a tip for making better decisions. Your choices are more logical when you think about them in another language. So next time you're faced with a tough decision, try considering it in a different language if you can. So there you have it. From the inner workings of our brains to the way we interact with others, psychology reveals so much about why we think, feel, and behave the way we do. Remember, psychology is a vast and ever-evolving field. These facts are just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to understanding the human mind and behavior. As you go about your day, try to notice how some of these psychological principles play out in your own life. You might be surprised at how much you recognize. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more mind-blowing facts about psychology and human behavior. Until next time, keep exploring the fascinating world of the human mind.